Yeah, that whole topic's just a train wreck, to be honest. But moving on, the Mario movie, getting back into it, here's our review of that movie. That was a beautiful movie, if you ask me.
One of the prettiest movies I've seen all year.
That cinematography, yes, like the way they animated their hair, I don't know, it just shows you like how far like CGI animation is
especially Illumination.
Yeah.
Because Illumination, I hate Illumination. Like, I think they're a soulless, just horrible studio who put out like crappy movies.
Despicable Me 4 on the way, by the way.
Occasionally put out a good movie here and there, but for the most part, like, the movies are ugly. I don't think like I don't think they're pretty in any way. So I was really bummed when I heard Nintendo was partnering with Illumination, but I have to give it to them. This movie looks like it had time and care and just meticulous crafting of each character, and it felt like they really loved each individual character and wanted to make them look distinct enough from the games that we could say, oh, they're in the movie, but also like that was clearly Peach, that was clearly Mario, that was clearly Luigi. So I like the whole Mushroom Kingdom felt extremely well designed and put together. Each little world they went to looked very distinct from the last. Like you could point and say that's that one, that's that one. And I thought the voice actors though were like hit or miss to me.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was terrible. I just think some people
Fred Armisen
were
was terrible. Fred Armisen was terrible.
It's a matter of opinion.
I don't like Fred Armisen in this movie.
Okay, no. Let's correct that. He wasn't terrible. He just wasn't needed.
He wasn't needed, but they had way too much of him. Like, you could have done a little cameo, but his acting, and like, I love Fred Armisen. I think he's an amazing actor. Like him and Bill Hader, whenever they're on screen together, anything, it is talented to me. But I felt like it seemed like almost like a Jewish dad stereotype.
Well, that's how it is when Seth Rogen's in anything. He has to have that like overly Jewish parent. Like, I can't remember what the movie was, but like Barbra Streisand was his mom, and it's overdone.
I thought Fred Armisen just like, it felt like everyone else was doing like a subtle impression of the original characters. Like Chris Pratt was doing like a slight Italian accent, like a hint of it. And Luigi was like Charlie Day was like a slight Luigi. Even I thought he should have gone further with his Luigi voice. I thought Chris Pratt was one of the better voice actors in the movie compared to like Charlie Day, who felt like just read his lines off of paper and didn't try to put anything.
I highly doubt he was even in the studio with them.
Like, I still liked Luigi in the movie. I think he was a little underused, but I thought like Charlie Day as Luigi, I just wanted him to put more acting into the voice, to make it more distinct from just his normal speaking voice. But the problem I had with Fred Armisen is I felt like he was overacting compared to the other actors in the movie. Yeah. Like Peach and Luigi, I both say, underdid their acting where it felt too normal. Chris Pratt and Bowser, and Jack Black was the best by far, but Definitely. Jack Black and Chris Pratt, I feel like had that great, like, rode the line between overacting and underacting their voice. Like, they felt like they had crafted their voices specifically for these characters. Yeah. And then you had the opposite end where I feel like also like Seth Rogen like was almost perfect, but then he would throw in his laugh. And I was like, okay, that took me out of it because it's just his laugh.
Well, I mean, you can't hate him.
I know.
I
it's
mean,
the Seth Rogen laugh.
It's the fact that Donkey Kong does not have a proper voice in any game you go play. He just has sound effects. So for Seth Rogen to try to base, his performance off of anything, it would have been like next to impossible. So he really set the standard.
Just the laugh. The laugh is the only part that took me out of it.
Yeah, it's a universal thing for him. No matter what he's in, that's just how it is.
I thought he was really good. If Fred Armisen was the only one that stood out, I was like,
They could have taken him out and put Diddy Kong in, because Diddy Kong had like literally one moment where
that means you, Diddy Kong.
The audience was going crazy, and then everyone just hushed, and Diddy Kong was still going, and Fred Armisen just goes, "That means you, Diddy Kong," and then just pan over to him. He looks amazing. Yes. I really think you could have just put Donkey Kong on the throne of the Kong Kingdom, because like they were like the warriors, and they were going to enlist the Kong warriors, and I was like, why not put one of the most recognizable Mario characters on the throne of that kingdom? Because you have Peach for the Mushroom Kingdom, you have Bowser for the Koopa Kingdom, and then
you could have
freaking Cranky Kong, whatever his name was.
Cranky Kong. You could have had Donkey Kong as the king, and made Mario fight Diddy Kong.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Or just him fight himself. And have Cranky Kong in the background, maybe annoying Donkey Kong.
Because that was so I don't know, Mario fighting Donkey Kong, like nostalgia. Donkey Kong was throwing barrels and stuff, but at the end of the day, he was a gorilla.
Yeah,
and Mario was he was like beating the heck out of Mario, and I just think, like you said, him fighting Diddy Kong would have been a much better scenario.
You also say Donkey Kong is more of he's they could say he's too experienced for you. We're gonna get you Diddy Kong. That's funnier.
Like he'd be the kind of ruler I'll fight when I have to fight.
Yeah, but the fact that I felt like every character had their moment to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Every character felt very well crafted, and I knew their distinct motivations, with the exception of maybe Luigi. And just the overall feel of the movie, the fact that it was so fun and whimsical, and they packed a whole lot into 90 minutes. Maybe a little too much, but I think I would give it a solid 8.5, 8.7.
That's about where
just because and you could take anyone to this movie, old or young, and they're going to have a fun time at some point in the movie. Not a perfect movie. Definitely, I would hope they improve upon the weaknesses for the next one, a stronger story, more solid motivations for certain characters, and I don't care about Mario having daddy issues. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Mario say "Let's go" and go on an adventure. I don't want to know about his family problems.
I really think they just completely swapped the roles of Luigi and Peach, because Luigi was the damsel in distress that whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they wanted to push the female empowerment thing with Peach, which it was great. I just didn't like how we never got to discover Peach's origins, because she said in the movie that she didn't know where she came from.
She also seemed a little too Mary Sue to me.
Yeah.
Where it's she was perfect at everything, and I was I want to see what she struggles with, because she was a great leader, great fighter, great person, great diplomat. What can't she do? I want to see this is the same thing with Rey from Star Wars. She's so perfect that she's no longer a good character because she has no flaws.
And they're drawing so heavily from the games, but then when it comes to her, they're like, nope, we're not doing that. It's going to be problematic if we do that.
Yeah.
But all right, we're gonna jump from that topic. I'm sure we could make a whole 20-minute video